All right, guys, we'll get cracking. Obviously, it's great to see so many people that were here the first time, and I think that's a testament to the seminar that Ash puts on. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. Today, focusing on passing, because a few of you as well said, "Oh, the first one was great, but like, can't even heel hook people." So it's something you can all do. So thanks again for Ash for coming down, and we'll get cracking.
Sick. All right, guys. So first of all, thanks for having me back. Obviously, it's a very quick, maybe not a quick turnaround for you, but a quick turnaround for me. To be in Sydney twice in 3 months is loads because it's really far. All right, guys. So I'm massively appreciate it. I actually met Lance saying I do this run of golf. He's like, "Oh, let's come back to the gym," and I was like, "Oh, brilliant, man! That'd be sick." Because I do love coming back and teaching people again. Obviously, with the first seminar, guys, you understand that like. I'm going to coach in a different style there, so I'm going to do a CLA class. I hope you enjoy it. And we'll do questions at the end like we did last time. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm an open book like I was. I can roll today though, okay? Like my knee is much better than it was because the last time I came here, I literally just tore it like 2 weeks before traveling. So I tore my LCL, MCL and meniscus like 2 weeks before traveling here last time, so I just could not roll. But I can roll tonight, all right? I probably can't roll with everyone though, because obviously I'm still on the way back. Like usually I always say like, look guys, I'll stay until midnight, I'll spar anyone, I don't care. Like, I'll spar until I'm dead basically. But I can't quite do that, but if a few of you do want to get around with me, I'm happy to oblige a roll if anyone wants to, all right? But just remember there's more of you than there is of me. All right, so don't, like, you can try and kill me, I don't really care. But as in like, there's no real benefit for both of us if you do that, yeah? So the CLA stuff, guys, we're going to do basically game-based stuff. I don't know if anyone's looked into CLA style of coaching or anything like that. You might enjoy it, you might not. Just is what it is. But I do think there's massive value in it. All right, so the first thing is everything's going to be game-based. There's going to be no like actual straight tuition of ABC. Second thing is you're going to be live for the entire class. So like we're probably going to play eight to 10 games of about 4 minutes a piece. So about 40 minutes live, all right? So if you come out of the gate super hard and just go absolutely crazy, you'll get tired. Which either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if you go super hard, you'll get tired, then you'll slow down, or you can try and pace yourself from the first round. Okay, the choice is yours, but I won't intervene. So if you go mental in the first game, I'll just let you crack on. Because eventually you'll get tired. And then you'll start to skill acquire, which is the goal of the class, all right? But I'm just pre-warning you that we're doing 40 minutes. So if you get to a treadmill, you don't put it on incline sprints, knowing you've got 40 minutes of work to do, all right? If you want to win that badly, crack on, because in about 2 games' time, you'll be dead, all right, guys? The second thing is, I'll give you objectives for the games. Again, you're fully grown adults. So if you don't stick to the objectives, I don't care. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. But like that is the actual goal of the games, is to make you actually try to skill acquire and take accountability for yourself. Spoon feeding you cookies, like it's like training a dolphin, you know? All right? I'm not trying to get you to do tricks. I'm trying to get you to learn about what you're trying to achieve. All right? So I won't intervene that much. If you go mental, I'll be like, hey mate, how about you try this approach instead? And if you go, yeah, no worries, and then you just keep going crazy, I'll just let you crack on. All right? I'll be honest with you. All right? So I just want to let you know before we start the class. And at the end of the day, guys, you can ask again. You ask anything you want, ask anything through the session. If you want to feel me do anything, please call me over, say, hey, can you play the game with me? And I'll play the game with you. But like, if any of you ever coach kids and you play games with kids, look, you can lose. Like, I'll play knee tap with my nephew who's 6 years old. Sometimes he'll catch me, you know? Like, a game is a game. Like, it's not designed for you to win everything and be better than everyone. Like, anyone can win in any scenario, okay? So if I come across and play the game with you, like, very good chance that, like, you'll just win, which is brilliant, yeah? It's good, all right? So with the swapping on the times, you can, again, just swap when you want to. Yeah, you can literally, like, it no sounds as if I'm not going to coach at all, but I promise you I'm going to coach, right? It's going to be helpful. But I'm just giving you the upfront spiel, because then we can get into it and we can get going, right? So with the swapping, if I give objectives, you can swap an objective, or you could swap on time, or you can swap on how you feel. Like say, for example, who's a white belt? Oh, there you go. What's your name? Sundays. Yeah. Let's say we're together, right? And we both got an objective to achieve. Yeah. Who do you think will win the game? who do you think will win the game between me and you? I'd like to think so too. All right, if it's like, if it's like, passing versus like, getting back to the guard, I'd like to think I'd pass, okay? But if we always switch whenever I win, it could be just super fast, Or we could go like, hey man, you have a few turns. Yeah, so you get more time in position, all right guys? So just talk with your partner and say, hey, can I try that again? Is anyone see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's got to be student-led, not coach-led. I'll give you the advice and I'll guide you, but you still have to participate in how you want the practice to go. All right, and that's the main thing about the type of training we're going to do. All right, so we're going to start off with super straightforward just to get warm and loosen off, and then we'll go into basically what we're trying to learn, which is outside position. Okay, so we're going to outside position camping today to try to get chest to chest. We'll basically play a game, and then based on responses and how you like what's going on, I'll give you a different game with a different objective, or I'll guide you a different way so you can try to learn how to be better at that position, okay? It can't be like just like doing like 1,000 free throws, and I'm just giving you guidance of how to improve your accuracy or like loop path or anything in between to make you get better results, all right? If you don't enjoy it at the end, guys, take it up with Lance, not me, all right guys, Brian. Okay, so you need a partner roughly kind of your experience level or kind of your weight or whatever. But again, you can go with whoever you want. It's not a problem. We're going to start with a very simple game, right? So remember last time I would just pick random people. So if I point at you, just come out so I can demonstrate on. When you're out, don't act like a crazy person. Yeah, just nice and loosey-goosey. I'll do all the work. And then with your partner, guys, just do the best to kind of like be on board and try all the objectives. Okay? So can I shoot you quickly, sorry? Go here. So we jump on your back, okay? So we're going to start in supine guard, okay? And the first objective is very, very easy. In front, guys, I'm just going to try and get to standing around the head, okay? So I've got to start in front of the feet, and I've just got to try and navigate around the guard to get above the head. Hold this for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then swap top, bottom, okay? So we'll swap on that objective. Or if you want more time, do that, okay? Person on bottom, guys, your job is just simple. Just guard retention, yeah? Just keeping pads and shoelaces in connection and trying to hold the person in front of your guard the entire time. If, for example, I cannot navigate round, I can just go, hey mate, yep, that's a nice guard, and let's just switch. Yeah, if you just cannot navigate round at all, it's no problem. By the end of the day, hopefully you will improve that skill. All right? This is an easy example, right? Look, this, we'll be on our feet the entire time, right? We're on our feet for the day, passing the day. We're not going tight passing. So for example, I might look round, and you might be passing, and you might be like this, right? Okay, you might be like this passing. I just go, hey mate, hey, let's just stay on our feet, right? But you get back up to your feet, yeah? Okay, that's once, that's fine, right? Second time, oh, whoopsie, I fell onto my knee. No, you fucking didn't. Do you know what I mean? You went to your knee. Do it again, like you're fully grown adults. Yeah, so like don't be like, oh, whoops, I just passed the guard. No, listen to the objective, you know what I'm saying? All right? So try your best, I'll call you out on it. But again, if you just keep doing it, I'll just let you crack on. You know, so it's no stress, yeah? All right, so you're going to take a partner, 4 minutes on the clock, yeah? Hands up, 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, good. All right guys, so this time look, and it's going to be the start to the kind of the whole idea of today. You're just going to start in outside position, okay? So you're going to start hips facing hips, okay? So you start hips facing hips, and you're just going to take 2 connection points with your hands. You can literally, you can choose whatever you want. You can literally grab however you want. It doesn't matter, okay? You can literally take whatever connection points you want, and you can trial some stuff out, all right? But look, hips facing hips. All right, again, you all understand the English words, okay? So look, this is hips facing hips. This is hips facing chest. This is hips facing wall. All right? Not the same thing. All right? Some of you, at some point today, will start gradually doing this. Because eventually the goal will be chest to chest. But look, just don't. Just don't do it. Just stay hips facing hips, okay, all the time, yeah? All right? So we'll start here, guys. You can literally grab the person in any 2 points you want. Our job is simple. Stay outside the pocket. Okay, so we just stay outside the line of the feet at all times. Yeah? My partner's job is to get the feet back between. So this time it's like flip, because I don't get a win condition. I just go try and stay outside until either I lose or the person on bottom gets tired. Yeah? So I'm like this, and then they start recovering their guard, and I can stay outside again. I just got to keep going. Yeah? I can't circle to the head to avoid it. I've got to try and stay in this pocket of hip versus hips. Okay? Like imagine you're doing like a boxing game where you both got the foot in the tire, and then you're trying to hit each other. It's like that. You're trying to stay in the pocket. Okay? Yeah? You can recover by going back to the same side, or you can recover by switching sides. But as long as you stay outside the line of the feet, and your kind of hips versus hips kind of line, your like clock is ticking for you, yeah? Any questions? All right, perfect. Hands up, guys. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this time, brother, come on. All right, so look, this time, okay, we're gonna do the exact same game. Okay, but I just want you to try and do less. All right? So it means like, it might seem a weird idea to you. All right, but like let's say for example, I suppose you could try that down, lads. So let's say for example you're playing like, do you know the game like Mario where you run across a screen and you gotta try and get to a flagpole? You guys know that game? Yeah? Like really old game, yeah? Like really simple old game, okay? But like say for example you give the controller to someone and say, hey man, you wanna try and complete this level, right? Like let's say they just took the controller and just rubbed it across their face, like for the entire time. Like, do you think they'd complete a level? I mean, random, yeah, exactly, random on your side, you might get to the flagpole once, you know, because like he runs by himself, you know, the first level is probably like 1 or 2 jumps, so you might get to the flagpole, right? And you say to the person, hey, how did you get there? And they're like, oh, I don't know, man, I just fucking spammed the buttons, you know? And I say, well, how do I jump? And they go, like, how do I duck? How do I slide? Do you know what I mean? So the point is, like, when you are moving a lot, it can be very reactive. And your understanding of what you're trying to do can be very low. All right? So weirdly, in most positions in Jiu-Jitsu, like, actually doing less is more sometimes because you can actually understand. Even if you lose, you can understand why. You know? So I'll give you an easy example, okay? So let's say I'm in outside position, okay? And then we'll do the first game. Yeah, go, play the game. Okay. So this is more, yeah? This is more. You see that this is more. Okay? I'm actually explaining the English with more and less to you right now. So this is more. Okay? So yeah, play the game. Go. This is less. Yeah? One is more, one is less. All right, guys? Odds of you losing doing less, higher. But at least you'll understand why. Make sense for everyone? All right, guys? So, yeah, same game. Try to stay outside position, but just try and do less. Everyone happy with that? All right, guys, hands up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. All right, guys, very good. Okay, so basically a lot of these games, the first 2 games, are like what you class like baseline games, like it's just games to understand. Because realistically, what happens a lot, okay, like, and remember, like I say this when I teach, I guess everything I say is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I could be way off the mark. If I am, I am. I just like I'm cool with it. Do you mean? Like so, I say like a lot about like, say for example, you come in and someone teaches you a technique, right? Then you do specific sparring afterwards. Like you actually had zero understanding of what you knew before they give you instruction, and then you do specific sparring. Do you mean? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, again, like say you go play golf, and the person teaches you how to use a driver before they watch you drive. You know, so like you have no idea if the information they gave you was better or made you better or worse because you've got nothing to compare it to. All right. So I just try to cut. Even my coach back home, I argue with them all the time with this stuff. I'm like, look, just play a game first, so people got to understand of where they maybe relatively are right now. So that's what we've done so far, right? We've only done just outside position to get some relativity, okay? So now we're going to start doing objective-based games. All right, so the person on bottom, guys, you always have the same objective. Just get your feet back between. That's just always going to be objective. Just get your feet back between, okay? And the person on top now, guys, you can start trying to get to chest to chest. All right, so start trying to get chest to chest. All right, so that's the first game, basically just chest to chest versus feet between. All right, now, I taught 2 brothers in Ireland about a month ago, right? We did this exact game, right? Every single game, guaranteed, 100%. They start like this, outside position. I'll go supine. Go supine, yeah. So they just went like this. All right, mate, yeah, go. And just try to like fully just fucking 5-star frog splash each other every single time. I went over and I was like, hey boys, how about you know, just try live, you know, just chill a bit and just stay in outside position more. They were like, yeah, cool. And as soon as I went back, as soon as I walked away, go. And I was like, you having a good time? And they were like, bro, yeah. And I was like, you keep going then. You keep going, yeah? All right? So my point is like, you can just go, again, you can just fucking try to cheat the system, or, I was actually listening to a book today about it, there's a word for it, I can't think of what it is right now. But you can try your best to win through knowing, you know, like a gamified way of winning, right? But just do good jiu-jitsu, it's way better, all right? So the only thing I want you to try and do in this game is I want you to try and think that it's like basketball, we've got to try and complete more passes before scoring. Yeah, you've got a selfish kid on the team, someone who's really good on the ball. Like, if you want him to learn how to pass and use other players, you just say, like, you've got to complete 5 passes before you shoot. So that kid can't just dribble the entire team and shoot, yeah? You understand what I'm saying? So we want to try our best. What's your line? We want to try our best to start an outside position and kind of hold the outside position, or get to the other side, then back, then go chest to chest. You know, we want to try and get more time out here than we do trying to just get to chest to chest. Is everybody happy with that? Again, guys, the person on top, and this is very important, the person on top starts. So I start hip to hip, I get the connection I want, yeah? I don't go here and go, oh yeah mate, ready, go, because then it's a race. I get a start. So every single time, I can take whatever connection I want, and then we go. Any questions? All right, so chest to chest versus feet between. You can do a hard or a soft stop. Everybody know what that is? If you're doing first score in your gym, right, in my gym, first score, no one ever scores me. Because I always just say, well, no, it's not a score. I just keep trying to get back up. You know, I keep fighting hard, trying to win. All right? But really, they have scored, didn't they? But my point is, you can either do like, when he gets his feet between, I can still fight for 30 seconds. Or his feet come between, I can be like, start again. Yeah, so we can just stop, we can swap as fast and as hard as we want on the resets, or we can fight a little bit after the objective to get a bit of feel for it, yeah? Everybody happy with that? All right, guys, hands up, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to say this, okay? Here's me. Look, guys, so just watch this quickly, okay? Stand for me. Look, in kids' class, I play this game all the time, okay? I'll go back boil up. So I start back boil up with the kids. I go, hey, guys, look, your job is to put their hands to the mat or get their bum to the mat, okay? So they start rest, then the person in Fran's position puts their hands behind their back, right? And then I push them to the floor. And yeah, they do this. And I'm like, hey, stop there. And they go, my hands didn't touch the mat. I'm like, if I could, I'd be like, mate, you fucking mental. Do you know what I mean? I'd like a 7-year-old going, I didn't lose, coach. I didn't lose, you know. And I'm like, bro, your head smashed into the floor. Like, put your hands out, it's fine, yeah? So, say for example, like I'm passing, we're playing chest to chest, I'm done. Say I'm playing chest to chest, and like the person on bottom just like, I don't know, just hugs himself on a ball, you know? And yeah, and we're just stuck like this for like ages. Like, it's like, man, there's just no point in doing the game. Yeah, there's no point, like no one gets stuff. Do you know what I mean? So if you get stuck in positions like that, I would rather just go like reset and just start again. Time under tension, time in position, yeah? Make sense for everyone? All right, guys? I always mention it once because everyone will do it eventually. Someone will just cheat and be like, your chest was on my arms. It's like, you're fucking mental, bro. Do you know what I mean? All right, guys? Okay, hands up, 1, 2, 3. So, come on, fan. All right, so we're just going to start with a basic idea, okay, guys? And that's crowding. Okay, we're going to start with the basic idea of crowding, okay? Oh, my bad, I forgot to say at the start, guys. You can get water or anything anytime you want. Like, because I'm not going to break or anything. Obviously, it's just literally back to sparring. Do you mean? So it's like in my gym back home, we just keep our water bottles literally like on the side where we train. And then when the person's explaining the next game, we just have a sip and we get ready to train again. All right, guys. So yeah, you do that whenever you want. Okay. I always forget that somehow. I always forget that. Okay, guys. But if you want your water bottle next to you, just go and get it. Yeah. Okay. So Frank, come this way for me and turn. Yep. Okay. So. The first idea we're going to look at is just crowding, okay guys, just crowding. Basically just trying to maintain the space between the hips, the knees, yeah? So when we're in this position and we're kind of like attacking or trying to keep outside the pocket here, I want to try and dictate or keep the space between the knees, all right? Because basically the hip movement is your biggest problem, okay? I just find in particular because you're going to be more dexterous and have a good guard, all right? But all your problems are going to come from the fact that the hips can keep lifting and keep trying to get back in front of me, yeah? So basically, when the butt cheeks are off the mat, yeah, when there's space here, that means the legs are as mobile as they can be, Yeah, when the hips are actually off the floor, when the butt cheeks are elevated, that means the hips are very, very flexible and they can move a lot. Because a lot of people mistake movement and flexibility. All right, guys, like some people are flexible. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Fran's flexible. Your man here is flexible. Okay, been watching the guards so far, and like some people are flexible, right? So like when you're trying to do this like this, they might like throw that leg over the top, right? But if the butt cheeks off the mat, you're just basically giving credit for flexibility, where like really so you're letting them move, because the hip flexor has to generate the first part of the movement to allow the leg to start working. Yeah. So we're just going to concentrate really on trying to keep kind of the butt towards the mat. That's why I encourage people to stay hips versus hips, not hips versus chest. Because even though you feel closer to chest here, if me and Fran are playing this game, go. Yeah, see, like straight away. See, once that butt's up, the feet are in front of my face straight away. Whereas if I was hips over hips like this, and I say go, it's much harder to actually start generating the guided movements. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so I want you to try and think of crowding the space between the knees with the ultimate kind of idea of trying to keep the kind of top part of the butt cheeks towards the mat. When you see like that butt lifting, that you'll never keep them pinned. And you'll always just say, do you know like FIFA where like you got 15 shots on target and 0 goals? They got 1 shot, 1 goal, and you always say it's bullshit, right? You would always call this bullshit. Oh, if they were less flexible, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? The strong guys, oh, if they were less strong. What the fuck do you want from people? That's what they are, isn't it? It just is what it is, you know? So I gotta learn to deal with it, not whine about it. Yeah? All right? So we gotta kill them at the hips. Any questions?
Sorry, Ash, objective for the bottom person?
Always the same. Feet between. Feet between. For the person on bottom, guys, it's never really gonna change today. It's never gonna change. Any questions? Yep.
Don't spoon feed me if you don't want to.
I'm definitely not going to anyway.
What are the other options? You use hands spreading the hips. Is there any other option, or is it just?
So that's actually a really good question. And the reason why I never tell someone this, because basically I would say play between 3 grip sets basically, 3 primary grip sets you can try. One is where like you're in the pocket between the knees with like your head and your elbows. So you're like in here. Like try this. This is a favorite for me for sure, right? The second one you can try is going to the far ankle. And that's, again, this one is a lot for people who are very flexible, again, the lasso in. Because even though I'm here against Fran, like the chance of that foot just put the air piling over the top, whereas if I hold that foot exactly, okay? And I'm going to talk about this a little bit in a second, but we can try actually holding the far side foot, yeah? The other thing we can try is pinning at the shoulder. So those are the grip sets I would play between. It's kind of like cross-sectional control or like right in that pocket space. Any questions? All right, so again, chest to chest, feet between. But this time I want you to objectively think about trying to crowd the space and like realize why the feet are coming between those gaps that we're allowing, okay? Okay, hands up, 1, 2, 3. Thanks. Okay, good. So it's not, I do keep the timer like roughly consistent, but like if I see a similar problem or something, I move it on if we need to, or do it again, okay? Could you two mind playing the game for everyone? You're on top, okay? And if I say stop, you've got to hold position. Yeah? Okay, let's go. I can't guarantee they'll do the same thing, okay, guys? So as in it's a risk, yeah? Stop. Good. Stay there. Don't move. Okay. What's your name on top? What's your name? Karahit. Okay. So why do we think Karahit has taken this position in? That's the question. Okay. And a lot of you have done this exact. A lot of you are the exact same thing. Okay. I call it planking. I'm just asking the question out loud. Why do you believe you do this position?
When I'm doing it, I have 2 goals. When I'm trying to push the hips back away.
Okay.
Or the second one is I just feel safe sometimes.
Okay. Safe from what?
Safe from just general pushing and leg attack.
Good. That's the main one. Okay. Most people say, look, I don't want to be tight up in legs. Okay. Beautiful. The other one to push the legs across is actually one of the good uses for this position. Okay. What's the second? There's another reason a lot of people do this. In your head, you believe you're doing something.
To get your leg out of that zone, for them to
Carrie, you can't move. So, why else would you do? Come on, why else would you do this? You believe you're doing something.
Feels like your weight's on them.
It feels like your weight's on them. Okay. So it feels like your weight's on them, and you don't want to get leg locked. Okay. Those are the two most common responses. Okay. So I'm just going to debunk them now with some relative evidence. Okay. So the idea. Okay. You can stop that guy. You're fine. You're fine. Good. Yeah. I got bad. I did it to a guy in Scotland, bro. I think he was there for 5 minutes, eh? Do you know what I mean? He's like pissing out with sweat, and I was like, "UK, bro?" He's like, "I got it, okay? So, right, let's talk about the idea of pressure, okay? So there's two things you need to understand for this. One, what are the two constants in Jiu-Jitsu? There's only two constants. They cannot change. What are they? And by the way, they're relative to the entire world as well, not just Jiu-Jitsu, but there's two constants. Put in? Oh, it's very close. That's the idea. That's the idea, but it's relative to something. Because push and pull is not constant in terms of it's not always the same. But there's two things, always the same. Gravity. Gravity is one, correct. Gravity is one constant. What's the second one? Time. Time is, but it's relative, because obviously in a match, more or less time means different things. There's another full constant that doesn't change no matter where you are. Space. No? Anyone else? The flow. The flow is a constant, yeah? Why do you need to understand the flow and gravity are two constants? Because they're the only things you can use. Yeah? They're the only things that you can repetitively use consistently that will never change, right? So, like, for example, explain to me, if I was a white belt, explain to me how to pin someone to the floor. With the most basic English possible. Get past the legs? I mean, just put your weight on them. Just put your weight on them, yeah? Like a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? The floor is one piece of bread. I'm one piece of bread. They're the filling. Gravity pushes me as the bread down. The floor is the other piece of bread, stays constant, and we just create a clamp on the person. Like, for example, borrow you, okay? Like, and you can trial this if you want to. Just go to a kids class, okay? Go to a kids class and just do this. Right? And then just tell them to get out. Alright? And it's actually stupidly hard for someone to get out. It's like the dead body weight, you know, because it's dead body weight, gravity, you, floor, sandwich. Everybody understand that? Okay, perfect. If you understand that analogy, it's very easy, okay? I teach in the most stupid ways possible because I think it's much better for people to understand. Can you go back to your planking, please? Yeah, go on. Yeah. Don't worry about your grips. Just move your feet away a bit. Feet away. Good. Like this, okay? So if I was to ask you now, on top, if you're a piece of bread, which way is your bread facing? It's like this, isn't it? It's like this. And what's the other piece of bread? The floor. So now your sandwich is like this. You can all understand that? All right? Very visual. You see, very visual. Yeah, okay? Now, say for example, if I take your place for a second, say for example my feet were super close and then I just allow gravity to just fold me in half. And now I just lean into the person. Which way am I pushing now? Down. And if you want to realize the effectiveness of gravity, go do pull-ups. Yeah? Anybody win in pull-ups? You don't win in pull-ups? No, I don't win in pull-ups either. Gravity always wins. Yeah? Easy. Yeah, so look, if I'm just like over the top like this, and I'm just leaning into him, yeah? Then I should win. Really, over time, yeah? Second thing, I feel safer. They might tap my legs. What if they don't? Just what if they don't? Do you know what I mean? Brilliant, that's much better. Yeah? I know you're thinking like, what the fuck are you chatting about? But just think about it. Why would you ever go in to touch hands with someone and be like, oh, I hope they don't leg lock me? Watch now. Okay, Lance will tell you this. It happened today. Okay, Lance didn't have a good day on the tee box, right? So me and Lance play golf together, right? So we're on the tee box, driver, boom. Yeah? Right, there's a lake on the left-hand side. What are you telling yourself in your head? oh, don't get in the water, don't get in the water, don't get in the water. Do you think that fucking helps? No, you just twat the thing off the box, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Boom, in the water it goes. Ah, god damn it. Reload. What happens next time? Pings onto the opposite fairway. And then you go to the next hole, there's no water, you hit it straight. What a surprise. Do you see what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is called perceived danger. Perceived danger. You are thinking they are going to do something to you, and you don't even know if it's true. You don't even know if it's true. You're literally losing before you try. Oh, I've fought like literally countless people. When someone asks me, hey, what do you fear the most? I'm like, like the fact they're gonna submit me does not even enter my head. Doesn't even enter my head. The fact they might like stall me out, I hate. And the other one is, I actually just want it to be exciting for fans. So I actually, when I go to matches, I'm always like, fuck, I hope it's not boring. I hope it's not boring. The fact of them actually submitting me with a footlock, bro, hilarious. Like, what a fucking crazy joke, you know? Alright? Like, look, when I'm here, why would I not have heaps of confidence? Why would I not have heaps of confidence? Who gives a fuck? And at the end of the day, if you get submitted, oh well, let's try it again. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to try this now. We're going to try crowding, but we're aiding our crowding with the fact that we're walking in. So gravity can go down. Does that make sense, everyone? All right? And also, we just won't get footlocked because we won't. Do you mean? Yeah, if I'm here, he grabs my leg, just, yeah, okay, mate, enjoy my leg. Like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? All right? Any questions? All right, guys, so we're going to try and walk in to get gravity to start aiding us more. And we're just not going to care about the fact that we're in the pocket. Make sense to everyone? Confidence, yeah? We're going to ooze it. All right? You all look like you're ready to ooze confidence. That's good. All right? All right, guys, hands up. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it, guys. Get in that pocket. Okay. How do you find that? Good? Yeah, better? Nice. Okay. So, like, look, I always say, okay, like, the feedback for me doesn't really matter, okay? Because at the end of the day, so I try to reference stuff that you can understand. But let's say, for example, like, if you YouTube ugliest golf swings in history, right? You will see people doing mental shit with a club. But it just works for them. All right? So I'm not saying all the advice I'm going to give you is going to solve every problem you have, because I can't solve every problem for every person, can I? If you could that easily, everyone would just be unbelievable at jiu-jitsu. Your job is to explore next. You to explore the space against the person you're with. And when you actually, if you, for example, we were changing partners now as well, then obviously the game would become more difficult because you would have different problems to solve against every different person, yeah? So like easy example is these two lads. Okay, I've been watching you two a bit, but you're giving each other different problems, which is good. It's good, you know, it's good to have different problems, but if I give you advice, it won't solve both problems. Do you mean I give you advice how to solve both problems, but one bit of information wouldn't solve both, because you've got to treat them differently, right? So let's just talk a little bit now about the strength of the shoelaces and pads of the feet and problem solving as a whole, and then basically we'll just play the game quite like, you know, 2-3 times back to back then, okay? So, can I use that? So, let's just talk quickly, okay? I might have spoke with this last time. Let's talk about quickly the strength of the legs to start with, okay? So, the strongest lift in a weights gym is?
Leg press.
Thank you, yeah? Leg press, good job, okay? It's not deadlift, it's not squat, and it certainly is not bicep curls, all right? So, everyone says deadlift, sorry, okay, but it's not, it's leg press, right? So if my man's on his back here, okay, and he's playing guard, pads on the feet, okay? Like, look, he is basically in a leg press situation, yeah? That's literally what he is right now. That's why, again, understand what the flow benefits you. That's what benefits the person on bottom. The flow benefits your frames. It generates your force. It allows you to push. It allows you to pull. The flow is your best friend. For me to put pressure on a person, gravity is my best friend. When he sweeps, it starts with the flow, it ends with gravity. You see? It's important to understand these, right? But say, for example, I'm trying to fight the feet, and I'm like, fuck, man, he feels strong. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, like, it's just plain Jane. It's so obvious why he feels strong. So when I'm passing the guy like this, I'm in out of position, and maybe this foot comes onto my shoulder, okay? And then I'm like, man, I just want to get through the guard. How do you not understand that that just can't happen? It just can't. Right, the pads of the feet being on you is strong. So great idea, take them off. All right, so we'll do an easy, I do this all the time, it's very easy to see, but let's do an easy problem solving exercise together, okay? Come and Pippa. So let's say I'm in spider guard, okay? Just foot on the bicep, yep, good. Okay, I'm in spider guard, okay? I'm in no, and this is really important, I'm in no gi spider guard, and he's not controlling my wrist. Okay, just so you understand how mental it is, yeah? So let's say I'm passing. I'm like, guys, I just can't pass this guard. What would you tell me to do? Should I let go?
Yeah.
Fuck, great idea. Okay? Genius. Yeah? Let go. Solve the problem. Okay? So look, the issue is when we're on the outside pocket like this, and like a foot comes over, often we compress. Yeah, we compress. Now just go back to the sandwich analogy. It's like extra filling in your bread. You didn't want it. Yeah? So we got to take it out before we try to compress. All right, I'll move on a bit. After a few games of this, I'll show you about like basically moving the knees away. But when we're in this position here and the foot comes on, yeah, like I just need to go like, oh, do you know what? I need to solve this problem. So I need to solve this problem before I go chest to chest, because otherwise it's going to be an issue, right? If I'm stuck in this, should I use my hands or my feet to solve this problem? Hands. Okay, so if I'm evenly distributed right now, what should I do with my weight? Should it be in my feet or my hands?
Feet.
Well, it needs to be my feet. If I put my weight, look, in my feet, I can move my hands. Magic. Okay? Look, if, for example, this foot comes back between or something, should I solve this with my feet or my hands? Yeah. So where should my weight go? Hands. Unbelievable. Yeah? Problem solving to its finest. You need to use your hands. Take your weight off them. You need to use your feet. Take your weight off them. Yeah? All we need to do is hold that outside pocket, walk them down, crowd the space, and then problem solve. And the easy way to problem solve is always do less. Yeah, do as little as we can to beat that problem. Any questions? Alright guys, so we'll play this game once or twice, and I'll just come round and try to give you a little bit of individual feedback for some of the problems might come across. Because for example, every problem someone will get in this gym will be different to somebody else. Like if you can, you know, like really snake your foot over the top, you know. Like, oh, my feet, you know, my feet are really flexible, you know. So like when I'm like trying to get the back, like, and my feet just go into a hook, people are like, oh, what should I do? I'm like, oh, look, to be honest with you, 99% of people, that's never going to happen, you know. So I'm a unique problem. Yeah? So everyone needs to understand that, guys. You need to problem solve the person you're with, and then try to do as much generic problem solving as possible. Any questions? Alright guys, so it's feet between versus chest to chest. Try to stay in the outside pocket for as long as we can. Just problem solve, and just take your time until you basically get the pass, yeah? Okay guys, hands up, 1, 2, 3. Just got it. Okay, break guys. Look, you're gonna go straight away again, okay? But this time I just want to show you something quickly, okay? So let's say, for example, okay, it's a striking class, okay? Don't strike, just stand. Okay? Imagine we were doing striking, and it's just body shot sparring only. Everyone understand? It's a body shot sparring only drill, okay? So if we start going to the body like this, and we're trying to find a shot, then my partner just keeps coming like tight, tight to his body like this. What should I do? Just hit him in the face once, yeah? Yeah, just hit him in the face one time. Because even though you're doing body shot sparring, you cannot take it outside the context of the entire sport of boxing. Because that is just not a good habit, is it? To walk around like this, just holding your body, that's not a good habit, right? So what happens over time, when I teach this in particular, is you all are doing really good on the objective in terms of you're getting loads of time outside. But you're not actually going to chest hardly ever now. So if you never go chest to chest, the person actually playing guard actually starts playing it as if they don't have to protect something. But they do. They've got to protect chest to chest all the times. You know, so now people, like, for example, easy one is I've even been with 2 or 3 people now, and they start pulling your arm and stuff. And you're like, what, do you just want me to pass? Do you see what I'm saying? We've still got to stop the pass, and we've still got to stop chest to chest. So on bottom, just because something now is causing us problems, we can't actually deal with it in any way we want, because we still have to protect the pass, the chest to chest. So now on top, guys, I just want you to put, not like, don't like hunt it like crazy, but if you're literally like, oh, you know, chest to chest is just there, just take it. Don't hesitate. If you fight for it, you didn't do the right work, yeah? Okay? So think about that, okay? Just try to get that chest to chest for me, yeah? Same thing, feet between chest to chest, nothing extra, no extra advice, and then we'll do one more round after this, and that should be a pretty good session. Any questions? Okay, hands up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's only one more thing to talk about, okay, guys? So, we've discussed a lot about like, kind of like doing less, pressure, understanding the gravity on the floor, and like holding out the position and problem solving, right? My last question is, what is camping? Explain that to, again, if I was a white belt or just new to sport, what would you explain camping as to a person?
It's a way to stay in a position to tire out your opponent.
Okay, a way to stay in a position to tire out your opponent. That's good. So right lines. Anyone else want to add to that?
This is when you use gravity on the floor against your...
It's similar to that, yeah. There's something relative. There's got to be a relativity to it. It's like basically it's got to be something versus something else. What are those things?
Neutral position, guard versus pass.
No, I say think more back to what you were saying about trying to make them tired. There's something else you need to.
Your body weight.
Yeah.
Your energy versus their energy.
Right. It's got to be your energy versus their energy. Because obviously, when you say to someone, "Oh, you've got to make them tired by holding the position," what if I'm exhausted holding the position? You see?
Yeah.
It's always relative. You've got to understand, to camp on somebody or to cook somebody, you have to do less than them. Can you still do stuff? Yes. But you have to do less than them. Okay? Now, if, for example, I was teaching you guard retention, and I taught you this in reverse, playing guard, what do you think I would have made you do early on? It was the second game we played in terms of passing today. You did the same game twice, but one of them you focused on something. Doing more or less?
Less.
Doing less, right? So if I, Fran, Barry. So if I was teaching guard retention, okay, and Fran was in outside position on me, can you go side for me? Okay? Fran's in outside position on me like this, and I was teaching you this person, and you said, right, what should I do to start? I would say, yeah, go play the game. Fran, you're not playing the game. See, I would just do less, wouldn't I? Do you see what I'm saying? I would just do less. As in, you know, you have to in all positions, you have to feel what doing less is like. And if I was doing guard retention, I would just do less. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because you don't want to do more. Yeah? Oh, you go through the session on bottom, you might have felt you were getting more tired. Well, the person on bottom was actually getting better at the skill, and you were now outputting more to try to do the same thing. Well, you actually could have maybe done less and still got the same result. Make sense for everyone? It's really important to understand that, because to make someone have to do something on bottom, you have to make them be in danger of the pass. If they don't believe you're going to pass, they don't have to do anything. Right? Now, it's very easy to understand if I'm passing Fran. When you're trying to pass the guy, you're trying to occupy a particular space. What space is it? Between two body parts. Yeah, good. Base, you hip and shoulder, yeah? We need to be in that space. We need control of this section of the body, right? So yeah, exactly, right? If the knees are to the elbows like this, okay, let's say, for example, I'll spin you around. Let's say, for example, I've got to above the head against Fran, okay? But she's got a flexible guard, a good guard, and legs coming in between, yeah? And then I try to get chest to chest. And I'm pushing her legs into her. Well, now we're just back to the idea of the extra filling in the sandwich. Well, like, I don't want this here, but I've pushed it down to the floor and jammed it. And now I'm mad at the fact it's there. So the main thing we've got to do at all times, we've got to try and take the knees away from the shoulders. And it happens to be very effective as well. Yeah, it's very efficient because, Jim, put your pads on your feet. Look, if you push into the guard and it pushes back, it's very strong. If you pull the guard away from the person and they pull it back, it's very weak. Yeah, if I was stuck to the floor then, it's very hard to bring your knees back to your shoulders. Think about the idea of leg press versus like knees to shoulders or like toes to bar. Everybody follow that? So when we're actually in outside position, as much as we can do it, we want to try and get the knees away from the person. Because that's what's actually, say for example, me and Fran were having a game of, right, let's see who can do less. Go, do less. I'm just going to try and keep taking that knee away from them. Yes, because you want to then start defending. So you want to try and separate knee to shoulder at all times. A very good way for me on top to do this is once I manage to get any separation, is to cross post. Because when I cross post, the knee can't come back and I can still move. Whereas if, for example, you are holding the leg and then you play the game of 1, 2, 3, go, which is 1, 2, 3, you try to leave, go and jump, you risk them filling the sandwich back up. Everyone follow? Yeah? So you're just trying to continuously take the knees away from the shoulders. Everybody happy with that? All right? So the same game, last one for today. Now both of you, just try to be as effective and efficient as you can. But on top, I'm just in that outside pocket. I'm going to just keep trying to take the knees away from the shoulders because that's the space I need to occupy anyway. Any questions? All right, guys, last one, okay? Oh, sorry, after this, well, we can do a Q&A before we roll. It's no fun getting super sweaty then doing a Q&A because you just get really cold, right? So we'll do a Q&A quickly, like 3 or 4 questions, and then we'll roll, okay? All right, hands up, 1, 2, 3.